Yeah, recently Flor, who's doing some psilocybin research down in Mexico and publishing a lot of Gaston Guzman's papers that never got published yet. So she contacted me and asked if I knew anything about this alaphomyces being used in the underground, maybe for a drug use. And I said no, and I think maybe it was symbolic or something, but I don't think it's really a psychoactive mushroom. Let's see, well, probably one thing that I always tell people is that it's really good to identify your mushrooms and kind of catalog them. So there's a couple websites that I use a lot that you can get your mushrooms identified on. And so there's mushroomobserver.org and inaturalist.org. And they're both really cool. Mushroom Observer is a website, so you upload your photos to this website and then everyone votes on what kind of mushroom you have. And it's really good because anytime you upload a photo there, it goes past the front page and everybody sees, a lot of people will see your mushrooms. So mushrooms that get posted there get identified very well. And, there'll be a lot of people agreeing, that's what mushroom you have. So it's really good for keeping track of everything you found. And then you can look up any species on there and see where it's been found in the map. But iNaturalist is also very good. And it's a little different. With iNaturalist, you have an app. So it's a website and an app, and you can take a picture of anything with the iNaturalist app. So like when I'm out mushroom hunting, every time I see a mushroom, I'll take a picture of it with the iNaturalist app. And then and that will automatically get uploaded to iNaturalist where other people can agree on it. And also it has like an artificial intelligence type of thing. So it'll try to figure out what your mushroom is in the field. And it's really a lot better at plants and insects than it is at identifying mushrooms, because it really kind of takes human intelligence to identify mushrooms, I think, but sometimes it's right. But getting more people to use these apps would be a really good thing. If you want to practice mushroom identification, you can just see what's come across Mushroom Observer today, what's come across iNaturalist in your area today, and then you can put names on things for people and start practicing that way. And then just, whenever you see mushrooms, if you throw your mushroom photos in there, then it builds the global knowledge. And so you can start to see like what time of year these mushrooms come out, what the range are of all the different mushrooms. And so, if you really want to dig in, you'll take really nice pictures of them. And that's not just one mushroom, but you'll find a bunch of mushrooms of the same species and kind of put them all together so you can see all the different stages of development, all the different parts of the mushrooms in one photo. And then dry the mushrooms and do the microscope work and then sequence the DNA and put the DNA sequences in the GenBank. And if you do all that, then you get citizen scientists really figuring stuff out and making a lot of progress. And so I definitely like to see more people sequencing more stuff and putting their sequences into GenBank. Oh, that's a good question, and I just started a website today, but I haven't chosen a domain name yet, so I can't give away any URL right now. But if people want to see what mushrooms I'm finding, they can go. They can look me up on Mushroom Observer and see all my observations on there. And on iNaturalist, both Mushroom Observer and iNaturalist, I'm Alan Rockefeller, so you can follow me on iNaturalist. And I have an Instagram, this Alan_Rockefeller, and I do most of the posting on Facebook. So on Facebook, I'll put stuff just on my wall, or I'll go to all the different mushroom identification groups. There's one called the Mushroom Identification Forum that has like more than 100,000 people in it, and that one's pretty good. Another one called Mushroom Identification, or there's Advanced Mushroom Identification for the tricky ones, Mushroom CSI for the ones that have really bad photos. So it's fun to post in all those groups. But yeah, I think Facebook is right now where I'm putting most of the stuff. Then I had fungal sequencing for the fungal just discussion of DNA sequencing and figuring out how to set it up, and then fungal sequencing results for where people can post the results that they get from fungal sequencing. So it's not as formal as like publishing in a scientific paper, but it's just like if you get some results, you can just throw them up there really quick, and that's a good place to see what I'm figuring out in the lab. Well, certainly, you know, the psilocybin mushrooms kind of like really help with depression. So, and I think they also really help people make good use of their time. So I would say, you know, psilocybin mushrooms themselves would say don't be depressed, don't worry about things, and make good use of the time that you have. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for doing it. That's really fun.